Hello. Yeah, this is Guy Erdman speaking. Yeah, I live in Topsom, Maine. I've seen my taxes in this town go from $1,350 in 1998. I got a ranch home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath on 4 acres, and the current taxes for 2018 was $3,650. Yeah, that's a big jump in taxation, isn't it? I live rurally. I don't have no water, gas, or sewer. And yet my tax money goes to pay for in-town services. Oh, they say it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I have no children. And that's over half my tax bill, which is probably about $1,825 if the math is correct. A little bit more than that. $1,825 for no children. I'm paying for schools I don't even use. I think taxation should be based upon usage. You know, I have no water or sewer. I have to pay for my own water repair. I had my well go bad. I had to pay $1,500, $3,500 for a water softener. I got to pay $10,000 to do my septic if that goes bad. I have to pay to have it pumped. Does the town service me on these things? No. But yet I pay for town services for them to use those services in town. New water towers, digging up roads, putting in water and sewer and gas lines. And the people that live rurally are getting screwed. Yeah, things in life that just aren't equal, fair, or just. You don't have children, yet you pay school taxes. That's not equal, right, or fair, or just either. Why aren't the laws changed to suit the interest of all people that are here? Single people shouldn't have to pay for children they don't have. Yet, federal taxes, well, they get a tax deduction, so they get more money back at the end of the year, while a single person gets taxed fully. This isn't right, you know? It's just unbelievable. In the state, they probably get taxation money too. So the single people are left in a lurch, you know? Personally, I think our world's overpopulated. Yeah, look at China. Oh, one person... only one person per family. That's how they're trying to have a zero growth rate. And in the United States, our population is doubling every 10.5 years at a mind-staggering rate. Every 10.5 years, our population is doubling in this country. I figure in about 50 years after I'm dead and gone, there will be 16 to 20 times, yes, 16 to 20 times more people in the United States. And that's not counting the illegal immigrants that are already here or those that are still coming. So if there's 16 times more people coming to this country, are we going to have that many more times road or that many more cars or homes or land or food to feed all these people? Our whole world needs to slow down seriously having people. One child per family. People that are thinking about having children should adopt unwanted children that are available at adoption agencies. Women should stop taking fertilization drugs, having multiple births. And they need to start teaching more education responsibilities. Yeah, in junior high and senior high school, and probably some economics type business classes. So people can start living within their means. You know, and as for education and colleges, you know, I went to Northern Michigan University Vocational Skill Center after doing a variety of minimum wage type jobs when I was younger. You know, state of Michigan wanted me to get a job that would pay some more, so I went to school for welding. They had a placement center, yeah. I went down to Houston, Texas, because there were a lot of jobs down there. I didn't get my first placement through the skill center there, but was able to make use of it for Sturgeon Bay, North Kingston, Rhode Island, and also General Dynamics for my welding career, which I followed. But I still fell back on second and third jobs, doing a lot of the other jobs. I had three shipyards, 35 years. Bath Ironworks in Bath, Maine here, from current date back to 587. Then I was back in North Kingston, Rhode Island, short time, and then Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, oil field tools down in Houston, Texas for 3 years. I worked for A&A, welding some handrails down at the hospital there. I recall being on strike up here in Maine once and worked for Phoenix Welding for a short time. Also, another welding job down on onshore living quarters. I used a transit to level off a helicopter landing deck. You know, that was subcontract work. That was pretty much my welding career. I had a home hobbyist welding business up here in Maine, too, for a time, from 1998 to 2015. Had a variety of jobs, movie theater projectionist. I worked at 2 places, Cook's Corner, Falmouth. Taxi driver for Lyft. That was short-lived, 3 months. Failed, lost money on that. Drew's Taxi, earlier years here in Maine, too. I did that for a short time, second job. Let's see, prior to that, temporary job, loss of work down in Houston, Texas. I worked for Olson Temps, Shell Research Center, forklift driving lot, operating forklift and working in the mailroom. Day work at Texas, unloading a trailer, 75-pound bags of marble for a day. Yeah, you work a day, you get paid at the end of the day. For people that are out of work. And then a variety of pizza places, Domino's here in Maine. I worked at Master Leo's Pizza down in Texas, 2 different locations. There was a Pizzarina back in my hometown, a Pizza Hut, and a couple other pizza places along the way. I worked like 6 places like that. Restaurants, I washed dishes for Holiday Inn. They had some banquets where they had 500 people. Also a couple other restaurants, Villa Capri, and I think it was Ricardo's or something that was next to Villa Capri at one time. They're no longer in business. City of Marquette, parking cars. Home construction. I did home construction down in Katy, Texas. I decked 4 roofs down there, and I also helped frame in 4 homes in Katy, Texas, Raintree Village, as well as helping my dad build a place in northern Wisconsin and back in Michigan. And my dad's friend, Bob Apple, helped him build a home too. All phases. Helped with the carpentry, helped with some masonry stuff, helped a little here, did some pipe fitting on ship in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. So I've done a little sweating of pipes too. I'm into that a little bit. I had a little bit of electrical experience. Yeah, I can rewire household current outlets in a house, but I would dare say, as my dad says, I wouldn't wire the heavy junction box where the big master fuses are. I'd have to get somebody else to do that. But I've also done some machinist work. Yeah, I've turned ODs and IDs. That was at Wilson Downhole on a machine boring holes. I've operated a flatbed truck there. I operated pendant cranes. Also spray painted a oil field pump down there too. Dug ditches for Bruce Farrell in Marquette, Michigan. I did a little landscaping work for him and clearing lots down there too. Backfilled along the backside of a house and cleared land. I helped plant trees with my father. He was a research forester. He was a consultant forester, and he also worked for the United States government. He was a smoke jumper and a Korean vet. Very smart, educated guy. Did a lot of things on his own. He was a Korean vet. Very mindful. If you can read a book, you can do just about anything, I think he said once. And that's probably true. No doubt in my mind, it is true. Because if you can read, you can do just about anything if you want, if you set your mind to it. So, yeah, maybe I'd like to be a president. Why not? 2020 president. I feel like I'm average person. I've worked a lot of the same jobs as many people in the country. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, my dad was a research forester. Yeah, I helped cut trees in northern Wisconsin. I did that with my father. Peeled trees, cut firewood. Yeah, they did it for paper products, and also helped plant trees too. So I had a little experience doing that. So I'm pretty well-rounded figure when it comes to a lot of American people. Waited tables and worked at gas stations, and I did a lot of jobs all Americans have done at one time or another. Oh yeah, even household things like babysit sisters. Yeah, I changed diapers. I babysat 4 sets of kids in the neighborhood when I was growing up. Thank you. Also shoveled snow. Yes, I did that too, starting out. I was a self-starter. I did that. I went out and shoveled driveways for money. One of the kids in the neighborhood that was entrepreneurial, spirited, I guess, at the time. Did things on my own. And like I said, I had a home hobbyist business. I had urban welding and snow plowing from 1998 to 2015, and I had 33 customers. So, yes, I've been a very busy American. I've worked 2-3 jobs. I know hardships. I know what being broke is. Yeah, I had to move 5 times for work. Left furniture behind, left things behind. Gave it away to friends, gave it away to family. Sometimes you're forced to move from your location and pick up and relocate to another job or economic place. And I feel bad for the people that are in the Bahamas. I sent $60 in for Red Cross money. I supported wounded warriors. I've sent money, a couple $100 into that too. Gary Sinise, 60 in the Red Cross relief. I donated turkeys down to the food bank here, and bags full of food already too. So, and donated clothing and stuff like that, the Goodwill or the Salvation Army. You do that with people that have hard times and you got too much. Those are things Americans do. Would I be a good president? I'm not for ongoing wars forever and ever and ever and ever. No, I don't. I think they could somehow be ended. You know, if people got in this world just finally said enough with the wars, yeah, enough with the wars, and told their world leaders we want to build rather than destroy, and try living within our means peacefully, it'd be a good world. It would be a nice world. It'd be a great world. In fact, it'd be a fantastic world. The problem I see is people need to slow down having children. 1 child per family. They need to teach education with sex education to the minors, maybe junior high up to senior high. The cost involved in having children and raising children. You know, responsibility of taking care of them. You know, 1 child per family should be it, and then we should maybe consider being spayed or neutered. Either that or our children after 1 child. That's a thought. You know, the problem with overpopulation is then you have demand of land, real estate, and resources. And that's why China is coming over to our country today. They're going for food. They're going for iron ore. It got shipped over from Marquette, Michigan. Yep, 2,800 miles there, and then some of it sent back, made into steel products. As they're also taking coal from this country, refined fuels, beef, agricultural food products, anything that they can get their hands on. They even tried buying 50 square miles in this country down south, someplace I read an article, and they were going to try and have it as their property, all fenced in by themselves. I don't think it ever happened, but the article was there, and I did read something about that. So our world, our big, beautiful world, wouldn't it be nice if we were all free and had a little bit less government in our lives? And the problem with our government and the regulations, the rules and taxes is we're not free. We're not free. We're overtaxed, overruled, overregulated, over-licensed, over-registered, over-insured, forced. These things are forced upon us by a stroke of a pen. And over-compounded interest on all loans. Ooh, and homes, you're paying 2 to 3 times the amount of cash value on your homes. This is a fact. Look at the paperwork you signed. I bought mine for $118. The closing cost was $121. Final paperwork said $333,000. I was paying between $1,000 $1,150 to $1,150 a month. After 4 years, I refinanced. Very smart thing to do. After about 4 years, creditworthiness, I was able to drop PMI. That's insurance on your creditworthiness, making your house payments on time. And I was able to drop that extra $100 a month, and my payments remained almost exactly the same, but I dropped 10 years worth of payments. So my payments were actually 19 years. But then again, you have upkeep on a house. I had $12,500 roof I had to redo. I repainted the interior. I got new carpeting on the floors, a little upkeep. Still got a little work to do on a couple decks. Homes are always a little upkeep, but I paid twice as much on a house. Twice as much. You know what that means? You're made a slave. Yes, made a slave, because why? You're paying more for things. That's how our government works. They figure out ways of taking more from you, more and more. They're not giving you anything back. They're taking. Oh, we'll reduce your taxes. No, you haven't reduced my taxes. My taxes on my property gone from $1,350 up to $3,600. And with the new school going up this year, it'll probably be more for children I don't have. Fairness and taxation should only be based upon usage. Where is that law written in the government? Taxation based upon usage. Equal, fair, just play. I didn't have children. Why should I have to pay more for somebody else's children? Yeah, they get the deductions. I don't get shit. Screwed. That's what I get, screwed. You know, like a lot of American people do. What happens to all that Social Security money of people that have worked their whole lives and died before ever collecting it? Whatever happened to that money? Their spouses only get 50%. That's what I heard. Yeah, this is mob-like, because these people, like the insurance companies, they sit behind a desk all day. I've come to find this out. You've been paying insurance for all these years. Then when something happens, you even pay for extra policies, you get screwed. You know, I think I talked about this with my rotocuff injury. Yeah, I got screwed on that deal, and workman comp dropped. I wound up fighting with faxing records to 4 states and talking to people in 6 on 20 phone calls a day. Yeah, oh, you're canceled, Mr. Urban. No, I wasn't. Then I had it for a little bit, then I was denied, then I went through the appeals process, shortened up the story a little bit, but it was drawn over very months. It's just nerve-wracking, make you sick. You hear more elevator music, make you go insane. Things aren't right. You know, it's cheaper to pay the doctors directly, which I found out I'm doing. Yep, paid my doctors directly, and you know what? You save 20 to 30% paying cash. Yes, cash and debit off your debit account. Pay directly, cash to your doctor. Eliminate those third-party insurance people. What the fuck? You see that like the movie Progestionist? Yeah, those jobs no longer exist because they eliminate them to save money. The people down at the grocery stores, the clerks there, they got the automated. Yeah, they did that to save money. Well, you know what the American people should do with the insurance companies? Cut the motherfuckers out to save money. Pay the doctors directly. Think of the heated, lighted buildings, the double and triple salaries the bastards are making. Yeah, I don't care if it's automobile insurance or the goddamn healthcare insurance. Pay the doctors directly. You got an accident? Take care of it directly. You'll save money in the long run. Yeah, accidents happen. People get killed. You can't do a damn thing about that. Yeah, if you had saved a little bit of money, there might be some money in there for, maybe insurance, you know, to get your health care taken care of. Take care of it. Pay your doctors directly. These insurance industries are just great big rip-off for the people. We're getting screwed. This is the worst thing the government has ever done to us, is goddamn healthcare insurance. Oh, they make big promises of curing cancer or AIDS. Yeah, like Biden, Obama, and Trump. They didn't care shit. They sold you on the idea, so you buy the shit. You got sold down the river. There's winners and losers. That's what Bernie Madoff's sitting in prison for right now. Same goddamn shit. Winners, losers, it's a Ponzi scheme. Like organized crime and racketeering. Where's the justice? Where is our legal? I want to know where the legal ramifications is, because we made it a law. It's legal. What are they going to legalize killing somebody? Oh, well, they did that here in Maine too. Janice Mills signed off. You can, euthanasia if you're ill and you're on your deathbed or something like that. Yeah, you can You can get a doctor-assisted suicide here in Maine, too, if you really want to. You got to go through a lot of hoops and ladders for that, too, government regulation, no doubt, too. Oh, we're not free. No, we're not free. My words to the American public is we're monetarily controlled as slaves. Monetarily controlled means controlling your money to enslave you. We're made slaves for use of our money, and we're controlled by our credit cards and our financial institutions. And by the stroke of a pen, a politician puts down, they take money from the healthcare CEOs, C-SPAN Live, pharmaceuticals. Yeah, we're giving politicians millions of dollars in campaign donations where they wrote the laws to, governor over the healthcare laws. Ooh, that's conflict of interest. Kind of like them writing their own wages, salaries, and things on the 28th Amendment. Conflict of interest. I think the American people should have a say over how much our politicians are paid. Personally, I'd like to see a law written in the law by we the people. Politicians shouldn't make any more than 10 to 15% more than the average medium income people. They ought to have fair, equal, just campaign reform laws like free TV air, radio, and newspaper airtime to get their campaign floor mats across to the people. Equal, fair, just time. Yeah, no big money changing hands. You get your point across to the American people, and that should be it. And then the news commentators should shut the fuck up. Why? Because people have their own minds to think about what's right and what's wrong. We don't need to have somebody brainwash us like telling, we got a Russian collusion, and telling fairy tales of pigs flying in the air that there was some Russian collusion with Trump, when it was actually Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton that were selling for profit uranium to the Russians and a uranium deal with the Iranians. Trump didn't have anything to do with that. That was Hillary Clinton and Obama and the Democrats. And they fucking tried to cover up Obama's 8 years of aiding and abetting Islamic terrorism. Yeah, they gave $100 million to the Palestinian government who fired rockets into Israel. They gave $150 billion to Iran, who supports Islamic terrorists who killed a lot of people in the Middle East. And Barack Obama had his friend Mr. Morsi at the White House. Oh, he's in prison now, too, Mr. Morsi of the Muslim Brotherhood, called a terrorist supporter. There was a funny shit business of micromanaging the war there, firing generals, and advertising we're going to leave Iraq. That should all be investigated, seriously. You know, there is even a little news story in there of 12 F-14 fighter jets going to be sold to Egypt. Yeah, around the time Mr. Morsi was called a terrorist supporter. Could you imagine if the terrorists got hold of 12 or 14 F-14 fighter jets from the United States? Yeah, we'll cover that up too. We didn't hear nothing about that. I heard it. It was a news blippet. Small snippet of news, but it was there. Yeah. And then we saw in the nightly news of ISIS killing Christians in the Middle East. Yeah, destroying churches, driving our military hardware down the streets. Night after night, Obama's foreign policy failed. Really? Failed, or was it planned? That's the next. Was it planned? Maybe we should have that investigated. You know, thinking all the Christians that died. If you look at the numbers of Christians dead in the Middle East over Obama's foreign policies, maybe we would think differently about Mr. Obama. Yeah, remember his Christian faith, his Muslim faith he was saying in this country, and condemning Christians, openly condemning Christians. That's pretty sick, condemning Christians openly. And then Yeah, then joining a Christian church. It's called hypocrisy, my friends. That's hypocrisy. That's two faces of evil. You know, lies, deceits, blaming Bush for 6 of 8 years. Yeah, 6 of 8 years he blamed on that. Then the big cover-up. Yeah, big cover-up of all Obama's misdeeds by the Democrats when Trump's elected. Because Democrat Hillary Clinton was sitting at the debate saying, oh, what would you do if you lost? And Trump kind of said, well, we'd have to check into that. And Hillary was acting like she's big glory, guts and glory. Oh, I'll cancel the fireworks and I'll just congratulate Mr. Trump. No, it was 2 years of woman scorn. That's what this shit was. 2 years of woman scorn and trying to do away with Trump. It was terrible. You know? Yeah, let's do away with the Russian collusion crap, which was found out to be nothing. Fairy tales and lies by the liberal news media. Not ever an apology. Defamation of character. No, we couldn't sue the networks for that shit. No. And now we got to hear crap of, what was it, racism? Oh, yeah, really? He's a racist? No. He's helping all races out. Oh, now we're going for the third step. Impeachment process of what? Impeachment process of what? So, because the racist Maxine Waters, Al Green, who had met with Louis Farrakhan and Obama, yeah, Obama, before he was ever elected president, that the Democrats didn't process fairly. This is bullshit that goes on in our country. Cover-ups and lies and deceits. It's sick. They all need to be investigated, all our politicians, over the goddamn $10 trillion. That's right, every one of them. Our law enforcement, the FBI, the CIA, all the detectives ought to be investigating every one of our politicians. Federal, local, state, I don't care, even if it was the President Trump. Yeah, investigate him too. You know, he pulled $2 trillion out to bump our economy up. I'm sure of it. Well, there's jobs all over across the country. Yeah, there are. Yeah, where did the $2 trillion go? Yeah, we went $2 trillion further into debt. You know, some of it's going to the wall and some of it's going into the economy. Yeah, it's all about America right now. Yeah, Obama sent $5 to $7 trillion overseas. Was that ever investigated? No. Did we investigate any of that crap with aiding and abetting terrorists? No. Did he ever bat an eye about 680 people getting released from Gitmo? No. Should have been. Should have all been investigated. They all need to be investigated. Each and every one of them. Hell, I'll run for 2020 president if people would trust me enough. That's right. I would. I would run for 2020 president if enough people trusted me enough. We all bleed red. Color matters not. Why should it? We're all Americans. Do we not all bleed red? We're all just different shades of red, a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. Our speeches might be a little different. Maybe our religions are a little different. Ones I don't trust are the Islamic, Muslim terrorists that want to kill infidels. They'd just as soon see you dead. And I say we ought to keep a closer eye on all Muslims that are in this country. The ones that Obama let in the country, 1 million during his time in office. You think that was just planned? Yeah, I think that a lot of that was planned. Where's the investigations on that? Or where's the investigations of taking biblical things out of our federal and state buildings, or nativity scenes at Christmas time so we don't offend who? Muslims? They didn't found our country. Yet we got 2 of them in Congress with headdresses on that don't think anything about our country. They think more of Somalia, and they think more of Islamic Muslim terrorists. That's the truth. Little gaffes and slips. Oh, well, let's boycott Israel. Why? They were our longtime ally, long before Islamic terrorism, Muslims. It's the truth. All right, I've said my piece. There's my 2020 political campaign floor mat. I think I'd like to be a president. I think we could do a better job. I'd like to see world peace. It'd be a good thing. I'd like to see we got to limit the number of people being born in our country. And it's got to be one child per family. It should be made law. They should stop the fertilization drugs. They need to slow down. The whole thing with all the wars, all of them, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, human rights issues, everybody's fighting over what? Land, greed, money, power. It shouldn't be that way. People should be helping each other out. That's the kind of good thing Americans do, you know. Help people out. Yeah, I helped a black person out. We're going down the road in Canada. It's 15 below zero. Passed him up for a moment, and then I turned around and I thought, yeah, that could be me on the road. You know what? I went back and helped him. Pushed his car 15 miles down the road and helped him out. Frozen gas line. He could have sat there and froze to death. No, I helped him out. You know, I had a Korean I rented too. I've had Mexican girlfriends. Crimes of passion. Yeah, I've had some crimes of passion. A few black women in my life too. Yeah, it's my bad. I was in jail for 10 days for speeding. Oh, that's another bad. I can name the bad things in my life as good as the good. You know, I made a few mistakes. I like to gamble, and I overeat. Big deal. So what? Sue me. I'm an American. I make mistakes. Got to admit to your mistakes, otherwise you can't correct them. All right. Well, that's the same thing in our government. We should investigate it all and correct the problems. That's the big thing. Correction of our problems. If we don't correct the problems, the mistakes will keep going on. Thank you. Good day. Bye.